So these are some of the tests we can use. The question is, how would we implement this? If we said, yes, we want to create a future that's more safe, satisfying, sustainable, shared, and so on, what are the steps we can take? There are 5 steps, and I'll illustrate them all with examples. The first step is we have to reassess where we are. And this is all about measurement, measuring your impact. Secondly, we have to realign. This is all about who are you in partnership with, because we know that we can't solve these problems on our own. The third is to redefine. This is all about leadership. The fourth is to redesign. What do you think this is about? This is about innovation, changing your products. And the fifth is about restructuring. And this is where we get to transformation, because it's about changing the rules of the game in the economy and society. So let's illustrate with examples. What's happening in the area of reassessing your impact? One is a move to something we're calling integrated reporting. This goes beyond the Global Reporting Initiative, the GRI, with their sustainability reporting, and says we need to bring all of this information back into the financial report and to apply the principle of materiality, which I was very pleased to see that LG had done very effectively by going from 1,300 indicators down to 83. We have to say, what are the material issues, the ones that really have a significant risk for us, and report on those in detail to the shareholders, not in a separate sustainability report that nobody reads. The second big trend is ecological footprinting. There's now good methodologies that will allow you to work out your environmental impact in a standardized measure so that you can easily compare your impact to the next company or even the impact between countries. And the last one is the full cost accounting. Here again, Puma, the example, where it's about measuring the financial impact of your environmental performance. On partnerships, there are lots of different ways to have partnerships. This is one innovative case I like to use. Cabbages and Condoms. This is a restaurant in Bangkok. Has anybody been there? It's a very good restaurant and very strange restaurant, because the whole of the restaurant is decorated with condoms. And the whole point of it is to educate people about family planning, safe sex, and the dangers of HIV and AIDS. And why have I put it under partnerships? Because this restaurant is in a partnership with an NGO called the Population Development Association that is trying to educate the Thai population about these issues, and has been very successful. Thailand is one of the countries where its fertility rate has dropped in half over the last few decades. Another partnership example, Rio Tinto. This is the kind of thing they do for their industry. They dig very big holes in the ground. You would expect that the conservation organizations, the environmental NGOs, would be their enemy because they have very big environmental impacts. Instead, they've got into a partnership with the World Conservation Union to say, how can we work this out together? How can we lower our impact on biodiversity? Can you help us? Another example, one of my favorites, you all know the WTO, the World Toilet Organization. This is started by a Singapore entrepreneur called Jack Sim, wonderful guy, and I recommend, he's got a wonderful little biography called Simply Jack. And he started this organization to tackle the issue of sanitation, because he says everybody likes to talk about water, nobody wants to talk about toilets. And what he does is he uses this to create small businesses in developing countries where they need sanitation, and these businesses then manufacture and sell low-cost, low-water toilets. So he does this by partnering with many, many organizations, universities, production facilities, and so on. Very successful.